Oh, that was a bit of a rough day. Let me run you through quickly what happened. So, today's stage, very straightforward stage. First actual stage of the race. I think safe to say that we know what to expect from this race now, and it's going to be hard. I always, when I come to Asia on a race here, like nothing ever prepares me. Like, and I've raced the Tour of Korea like 2 or 3 times. I always suffer like the first day or two. I don't really know what it is. Like, it's probably the heat. It's probably like, you know, the flight. It's a combination. The rest of the lads finished in the front group, and Ollie again taking 5th on the stage. So it's another good ride from him. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Oh, stage 3. Somehow I think that is wrong. Climbed an awful lot today, and the race was very controlled. Bahrain Merida, who were probably the biggest team here, pretty much rode all day. I didn't have my Wahoo, unfortunately. I left it in my big suitcase, so I didn't get any data whatsoever. But not that that matters. The important thing is, I was feeling a lot better than yesterday. Bibi took 3rd, and we all rode really well. Tomorrow we've got stage 4. It's the longest stage of the race, 139k, but it's flatter than previous days. So in other words, there are still hills, but not as many. And this is also I think the only day of the week where we're getting rain. So tomorrow's 90% chance of rain. Hotel room tour. Come into the hotel room, and it's pretty much another basic small one, although this one has a better view than the one I had the other day. In fact, that one I had the other day had no view at all, but this one has quite a nice view. See, those are the buses that we come to the race on. So there's that one, that one. They've actually got Wi-Fi on them, which is pretty good. But it's a lot nicer view. And I'll be able to see the rain tomorrow as well, so that'll be great. And there's some of the team cars just down there. So that's the room, and then the bathroom is similar to that one the other day. It's another tiny bathroom. Yeah, it's a small one. But the toilets here are brilliant, you know, they're much better than the UK, because you have like that little gizmo on it where you can like shoot water up, so you don't have to clean your yeah. So the next day was like the Gwendraith. When I say like the Gwendraith, what I basically mean was it was really hilly. We spent most of the day looking after Bibi, looking after ourselves really as much as possible. It was like such a course where you just went basically up a climb for 5 minutes as hard as you could, 400 watts, turned at the top, descended, and then it was about a mile of flat road, and you did the climb again, and I think you did it like 10 or 12, I think it was 10 laps or 12 laps. It was pretty extreme, but we finished in the front group, me, Ed Bradbury and Bibi. Really good team performance that day. We rode really well to bring everything back together, and to keep the GC kind of neutralised. So that was a really good day. And then it was on to the last 2 hard days. We had Fuji, which I really wanted to do a good ride on, which was evident really. Picking up a length on that stage, kept out of trouble early on, and then it was just a case of going uphill for 45 minutes as hard as you could. But I paced it, and that was the main thing. Pacing it was kind of the only thing I could do. I lost touch with the L Jersey group, maybe 5k to go, and then slowly reeled them in and got back on with 500 metres to go, just as they started the sprint. So that ended quite well.
Losing no real time there as such, but still a good test for the legs. And then onto the Kirin School stage. That was obviously the one that was going to be very difficult, very tough on paper. 3,500 meters of climbing in the space of 120 kilometers. I did my best to stay out of trouble again. The plan was just for me to kind of sit in all day and wait for the race to wear itself out, and then the other guys try and get in the break, or try to animate the race. I think unfortunately we learned quite a lot that day in terms of burning matches. We used the phrase we were not burning matches, but we were throwing big boxes of matches on the fire as such. It was that kind of stage. It was that hard to start. So meanwhile, when the race went on and I made the selection in the final, the final kind of 10k, it really got a little bit difficult. The scenario I found myself in, with around 6k to go and maybe 3 climbs left, 3 small kind of 3-4 minute climbs left, I managed to somehow snap my own gear cable. It's, I guess, just occupational hazard. Things wear out. There's wear and tear. It's you can't really explain those type of things, but that's some things happen like that sometimes. And just when it was all kicking off, the gear cable snapped, and I dropped from 14th to 16th overall at the end of that stage. I still managed to finish kind of top 20 on that stage, but obviously needing a bike change and riding Ollie's bike, which obviously was a little bit different position. His brakes were set up the other way around, the continental way, so it was made a little bit difficult that last kind of few k. But like I say, I got round. And then the last day, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It was just a drag strip course around Tokyo Docklands. Pretty boring way to end the race, if I'm completely honest. But all's well that ends well. Finished 16th overall, 5th in the under 25 category. It's not something to write home about as such, but it's good development. I know that potentially I wasn't actually that far off of a podium place. Coming from my point of view, gaining 2 minutes, anything could have happened. I think on that Kirin stage. Looking to make a move potentially on the last few k, rather than having to spend my last few k chasing back on. I would have liked to have been at the opposite end of that and making an actual move, and maybe gaining some time to move up some spaces. But we move on from that, and there's plenty of positives to take from it.
This was a very cramped bus situation every day. This was me. I'm quite happy with the way I rode that Mount Fuji climb. This was our post-race meal. Chicken, rice. This was a cool car we found in a service station car park. It's me again, looking very tired, on Mount Fuji. And again, on Mount Fuji. Just finished. This was the Tokyo skyline, the view from my room. And the same view, but obviously it's dark. The boys, just before the Kirin stage. Some hotel doors I used to open my hands like Star Wars. Analysing my stats. Lots of people around. Time lapse of the people taking photos all the time. Here we are, ready for the last stage.
into Tokyo. That's me, dope control, after the last stage. This is our taxi journey to Advanced Cycles. Here's Advanced Cycles, the condo distributor. Here are some miniatures of us. This is quite a nice picture of the sunset. Another cool picture. Maybe not. And another one, although the light is a bit funny. Some chopsticks. And a ring. Our evening meal, or at least part of it.
It's currently 6:30 AM and this is the morning of the last stage in Tokyo. We're staying at the Tokyo Prince Hotel, which is pretty much around the corner of a big park. And it's nice and warm already, sun's out, and since I was shattered last night, I thought I'd come out and see everything in its nice light glory. Because I was in bed by 9 o'clock last night and I slept for 8.5 hours, which is ironically the best night's sleep I've had all week. Yeah, check this out. That is Tokyo Tower. This road here we actually race on. Like, this is the way out to the circuit, so we head down this road into the city, then out the city. As much as this video seems like a bit of a mismatch of like everything that's gone on this week, I really want to give you a proper summary of what's happened. That's a cool one. What's security camera? That's weird. Gotta say, and I know it's a Sunday morning and it's, you know, 6:45, but for this to be the biggest, well, the most densely populated city in the world, it's extremely quiet. I've seen slightly busier than this on a Sunday morning. In the morning, just arrived at Narita Airport. There's nobody here. It's such a clean airport. It's so nice. Spick and span. Check us out.